And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Kasarian, and welcome back to episode 29 of Industrial Rotation. All right, let's get rolling, shall we? So we're making a new item today. All right, this thing is not this recipe. I forgot it already. Two. Okay, so it's two of those. All right, so that goes there, that goes there, this goes there, that goes there, this comes out, that goes there, that goes there. That is the rotational dynamo, all right? Now, the rotational dynamo is a pretty cool item. What it does is it turns shaft power into RF, okay? Which I think is pretty sweet, all right? So we have a rotational dynamo. And let's also get, yeah, let's do this. Let's get ourselves a... So we're going to need some ECUs, all right? We knew that right off the bat. And let's take another look at this. Oops. We need circuit boards. So we need redstone. What am I missing? Electrum? Yep, okay. So let's get ourselves some gold and some silver. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that. And we're going to need some silver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a sort of power boost, emergency power boosting system. All right. So let's cook that stuff up. While we're at it, we're also going to want to make ourselves, oh gosh, okay. How do I build this thing? Right. So we're going to need a clutch. We're actually going to need a multivariable clutch, come to think of it. The multi-directional clutch. It's actually pretty easy to make. We need some shaft units. We need a pair of base panels. And we need a 2x gear unit. All right, so that's not going to be too hard. And that gives us a steel 2x gear unit. All right. And this allows us to build ourselves the multi-variable, multi-directional clutch. Okay. So we go... there we go. That, like that, like that. And I just need a bit more HSLA here. Oops. Clutch. This thing's actually pretty cool, the multi-directional clutch. Oh, it's redstone. Okay. What it allows us to do, well, I'll kind of demonstrate. It's easier to see it versus me just talking about it because it's a little complicated. It's not that complicated once you know how it works, but just getting it working can be a little bit weird. Okay, and then we're going to need at least one bevel gear. Yeah, okay. So we're going to need another bevel gear. Well, let's see. If we need to make another one, we will. Because that actually steal this thing. Okay, so ethanol, we can pick that up downstairs. Okay. The last thing we're actually... Nope. The last thing we're going to need, actually, is some insulated... Oh. Well then. I guess that works a little better. And let's also just start some conduit binder cooking up while we're at it, unless I already have some stored in here, which I very well might, now that I think about it. Nope, no we don't, but we have some ethanol crystals in there. That's good. So let's get ourselves some conduit binder composite. Is that what they call it? Binder composite. Yeah, it should be good enough. Let's throw that in there, and we'll pull out that stuff, and we'll just chuck that in here. Boom, and boom. Okay, so now if we come down to here, this guy should be done. Good. Let's put the mold up back in there. And let's get this guy rolling. Okay, so we need to get ourselves 4 engine control units. Okay? Those are these things. So we're going to need at least 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're going to need to actually make the ECUs themselves. Okay. let's look up the recipe for HSLA. We don't have nearly enough. So let's get some iron out. 1, 2. And let's start this, at least cooking this up. And then we can get at least most of this built before we actually start. So what we're doing is we're kind of creating a backup power system, if you will. And what this thing's going to do is kick on semi-automatically if we... Oh, hold on. So do that, and there we go. Okay. So it looks like we did have enough. This thing will kick on semi-automatically to provide us with a boost of power when we need it, either RF power or IC2 power. Okay? Okay. So let's take a look at this then. Let's put that away. Let's get that out. Let's get this out. We still need to get those control units, so let's look up Electrum. 1, 2, 3. And what else do I need? I need 3 Electrum. Let's look back up at the control unit. Nope, that's for a nuclear reactor. Gold or Electrum and redstone. Okay. There we go. And let's put this back down just so we can make this. Oh, it's not around my hotbar. So that goes there. This goes here. We need a bit more Electrum. A bit more redstone. I don't know why I only thought I was making 3. So a bit more Electrum and a bit more redstone. Okay, so Electrum and redstone, and then we do that, and we get all that stuff. Perfect. Okay, so that should be good enough for us. All right, let's get this build actually started now that we're 9 minutes into the episode. And what we're going to do is we're just going to hook this up kind of simply. And for right now, just for right now, let's also, do I have any... I do have some item conduits, and that also means we're going to need a chest of some sort. Iron will do fine, thank you. Okay, so if I drop down to here... Hey, let me through, will ya? I can put it kind of in this corner, I think. Alright, so let's just get ourselves a bit of space here. And actually, that can leave as well. Yeah, okay. So we're going to get our... I have a hammer. I know I have a hammer. There it is. We're just going to hammer out a bit here. You know, I didn't actually realize that Minecraft had added new blocks to the game. Yeah, that's how out of things I've been in terms of vanilla Minecraft. Okay, that should be good. There, okay. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll put down our... Actually, we'll break out the wall a little bit more. And we'll put down our 4 gasoline engines. All right? So we'll come down here first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we'll also do is come in 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Because we're going to have the ECUs down here. Okay? So we put the engine control units down. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have to set them. Redstone operated, redstone operated, redstone operated, redstone operated. Good. Okay. Then we're just going to put down our gasoline engines. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. And then we're going to try and merge the power on these. All right? So we're going to need our bevel gears again. And first things first, let's put down our insulated redstone conduit. And then we're going to have to force connections. All right? So that's a bit interesting. I thought they'd connect automatically, but apparently not. East. In, out. Nope. Okay, west. All right. Mode. Oh, all right. Output a strong signal. Output a strong signal. Output a strong signal. Oops. There we go. Strong signal. Strong signal. There we go. Okay. So now we have to get these guys to connect. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to go like that. That's actually good as it is. And that, so I just need to flip the red side around to black. Okay. So output side can go over to black. Make sure that's set. Okay, and then we should just be able to get our shaft junction. We'll put him down there, and we'll wrench it around a little bit. There we go. And then we just need another shaft junction, and we'll put that down there, and we'll flip that around. So we're merging power, these two to here. There we go. These two and then these two, okay? And then we're just going to put down some bevel gears. So we need to keep the input and flip it. And then another shaft junction. Like that. And did I just run out of bevel gears? I think I did. Alright, so then we're going to throw down our multi-directional clutch right there. So input there and output to... Okay. And then we need another bevel gear, alright? Did I remember to pick back up? Nope, I didn't. So we're going to have to run back to the main area. Alright, because we need one more bevel gear and we should be all set. I forgot that I had to have an extra bevel gear in the whole process. Right. Because we're actually going to do both power from IC2 and from RF. So we're going to do both IC2 and RF. So base panels, one gear. Okay. We have a gear. We don't have any base panels, so we're going to have to make some of those. And then we're going to need some HSLA. So let's go like that, and it's like that, and then that. Oop, nope, that. There we go. That's what we wanted. All right, so we'll just put this stuff away, and let's get back downstairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using the rotational dynamo first of all. All right. And I'm not certain exactly how much power this thing's going to generate, but we should be underneath its upper cap, and it should generate a decent amount. Enough to count sort of as a backup power source if we need it. All right? But primarily what we're going to be generating with this will actually end up being EU. At first it'll be IC2 EU, but that's either here or there. So put this guy down here, and let's get him black to purple. And we'll put down our rotational dynamo over here. And, okay. So, if I give this guy a good click. Oops. So we want it outputting purple when there's no signal. And then, so if that's east, then north with signal. And I'm just doing this just to make sure it's all going to work properly. Okay, so now it should output either to here or to whatever will go here. So why don't we build the whatever will go there, all right? That's a little, well, it's not really complicated, but, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing we have to work on. Okay. So, where are you? There we go. I'm like, what am I doing and who am I? All right. I apologize for the ticker tape at the top of my screen, but that's Rika reminding me that I need to update Rotarycraft, so... Another patch update coming down the pipe. All right. What am I doing? Right. We need to find the name for this thing, first of all. So let's open this up. And I need to figure out where I found it. Go to production. Produce shaft power. Fuel power. Electric generator. Yes. All right. So, the total power output as well as the EU packet size scales with the amount of power going in. Okay. So we need a generator, a shaft core, an impeller. Okay. So let's do this. Generator, shaft core, impeller. All right. Shaft core, first of all. That's easy. And then we need, I'm going to guess that probably the generator uses another shaft core. Yep, 2 gold coils and a shaft core. All right, so let's get that. Let's get the gold coil going. Let's get ourselves that generator. We're going to need that impeller. And let's look back at this guy. HSLA, gold, then base panels. Okay, so HSLA, gold, and then we're going to need some more base panels here. All right, so let's get this going. Impeller, generator, shaft core, that. I think it's another base panel on top. Yep, there we go, electric generator. Okay. So what this will let us do, let's drop back down, is generate IC2EU from the RF that we're producing, or from the RF. From the shaft power that we're producing with our Rotarycraft setup, we can now generate IC2EU. And let's also get ourselves a lever just to test this thing with, all right? Okay, lever, and then we need a shaft core. No, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? We need more levers than that. We need at least 3. Okay, and then I need a... That should be it for right now. I think. Yeah, let's find ourselves an angular transducer, actually, because I don't think I've made one yet. Let me just double check that here. No, I didn't. Okay. Angular transducer. There we go. And that's pretty simple. There we go. Okay. So this is basically our detector for Rotarycraft. We can see what the status of things are as we're working on them. All right? All right. So what we're also going to do here is let's get these hooked up first of all. And that should be pretty simple. By the way, if you don't really want to open up each inventory, you could just right-click with the wrench on that little thing right there. All right, so let's get our iron chest out. We'll put him there, and we'll say active without signal and enable round-robin mode. And let's get ourselves a lever. We'll put the lever right there. And let's do north, in, out. Good. So I want to make sure that was actually functional. All right. So if we jump upstairs, we should be able to get ourselves those ethanol crystals we cooked up. Not ethan, ethan. There we go. 58s and 64. All right. So in a round-robin mode, so it's going to distribute these guys fairly evenly amongst all the different things. So we just throw this in. And you can hear all those guys are running. We're going to shut them down. Or not. Let's get this out. We're in redstone operation mode. Okay, they're all shut off. They're all running. They should all shut down now. Okay. Good. All right, so we have about 30 minutes of fuel probably on all of these. A little bit less than, but that's okay. Yeah, so they're turned off, but... Or at least they should be turned off. Yep, they're turned off. Okay, good. So what we're then going to do is we're just going to put this guy right there. Give this another test. You should be getting 1 watt. Oh, right. Okay, so this is generating 504 RF per tick. That's not bad, all right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this around, actually. We're going to pull these 2 guys off here, switch the electric dynamo, the electric generator here, and we're going to plop down the rotational dynamo right here. All right, so when this guy should say... buddy, you're receiving 1 watt of power. I can guarantee you're receiving 1 watt of power. Interesting. He says power is being received, but he's not actually getting it. Yeah, because these guys are all outputting 65 kilowatts, right? Yeah, okay. So why aren't you getting any power then? Well, here, let's get a shaft junction. Let's just get a standard shaft and try direct connecting him, all right? Because that may be an easier way of doing this. Would just be with a steel shaft. I mean, it won't be as pretty as this, but where I can switch it back and forth. But we'll just see if it's having an issue. Thank you, and boom. All right, well, let's try this then. Let's get ourselves a... Yeah, all right. Let me come back in a few minutes once I figure out what's wrong with this. And we're back, guys. All right, so I managed to fix it. We weren't able to do what I wanted to do. For some reason, that engine just isn't working properly. So what we've done instead is I've used some energy converters from the Power Converters mod, formerly by Power Crystal, updated by like 5 other people. It's been an adventure. But anyways, so we got these things running. So we have an RF consumer. So this thing's powering this thing, goes to an energy bridge, which goes into an EU MV producer, which then comes out to here, connects into this MFE back here from Industrialcraft, which stores a ton of EU, comes out of here, and then goes into a medium voltage battery buffer, using this medium voltage transformer to turn IC2 EU into Gregtech EU, and it's a whole mess. Now, theoretically, we do have some producers from Gregtech here. But, okay, so the LV has a recipe. However, see, we have a ULV producer, but the LV producer has no recipe. Okay. So that puts us in a bit of a weird spot. I suspect it's just a copy. I'm going to mess around with this and see what I can do. But suffice to say that this is now working-ish, let's say. Working-ish seems like a good thing to say. Working-ish, maybe. Anyways, so this thing's up and running. That's good. We still need to figure out a way to control all this stuff, but we'll get there eventually. So, guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. This has been Mr. Kasarian. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give me a like, a comment, a subscription. Let me know you're out there. Let me know you enjoy what I do. Anyways, guys, as always, happy mining.